Okay, I ain't gonna lie. This lesson may bother some people, but believe me when I tell you, I ain't looking to cause any trouble. I'm just here as your humble English teacher with a lesson in English slang for you. Ain't that nice?
Welcome to another Happy English podcast coming to you from New York City. And here's your English teacher, Michael.
All right, thank you, John, and thanks, everyone. It's Michael here from Happy English, and I help people speak English better. And this is Happy English Podcast, episode 760. Ain't I talking about ain't? That's today's English lesson topic. Do you have a request for a topic here? Just send me a message at myhappyenglish.com and let me know. Even though I ain't going to tell you a deep history of English slang, let's talk about a word that's both loved and hated. Ain't. This little contraction has quite the backstory. Ain't popped up in the early 19th century as a way to say am not, is not, or are not. In those days, ain't was considered to be a casual, informal word, and it quickly found a home in everyday speech, especially in the south part of the United States. In the 1990s, ain't became known as colloquial slang, and I remember my high school teachers wouldn't accept ain't as correct English. Correct or not, over the years, this powerful little word has been embraced in pop songs, TV shows, and movies. Love it or hate it, ain't has definitely made its mark on the English language. For today's podcast lesson, let's check out how we use ain't in everyday conversational English. From a grammatical point of view, ain't is used as a contraction of am not, are not, and is not. Whenever someone asks me to explain the rules of American football, I have to tell them that I ain't interested in sports. I know it's popular, but I just ain't interested. My friends ain't interested in it either. I ain't, we ain't. It doesn't matter what the subject of the sentence is, you can use ain't. Jack ain't in the office today because he caught a cold. I guess Jack and his wife ain't going to the party tomorrow either. We ain't gonna have a good time without Jack, that's for sure. He ain't, they ain't, we ain't. Ain't that interesting? Ain't is also used as a contraction of have not and has not. Yes, ain't has even invaded the present perfect tense. I ain't seen my friend Steve since he moved to Florida. In fact, we ain't been to Florida in over 10 years. And as far as I can remember, Steve ain't come back to New York for a visit. I ain't seen, we ain't been, he ain't come back. Ain't that a mouthful? And speaking of have and has, we also use ain't got, which means don't have or doesn't have. Debbie isn't working right now, so she ain't got enough money to take a vacation this year. The boss said that he ain't got enough time to look at my proposal today. When I opened the fridge, I realized we ain't got nothing to eat. I gotta go shopping. She ain't got, he ain't got, we ain't got. And that ain't all. It's also possible to use ain't in a yes or no question. Ain't that interesting? Ain't we going to the beach today? Ain't he supposed to be wearing a seatbelt? You like my podcast? Ha! Ain't I so lucky? And finally, like I mentioned in episode 759, we can use ain't in a double negative sentence. Like when we say, I ain't got nobody to talk to, or Joe ain't got no money, so he's not going to the bar tonight. Like other kinds of slang, I'd say that ain't is good to know, but not necessarily good to use. Ain't can be used in casual conversations with your friends or relatives, but do remember, it's slang, and slang ain't good to use in the business scene or in formal conversations. Ain't that the truth? Keep in mind, the best way to remember this kind of English, or any other word or phrase in English, is to take that word or phrase, write it in a sentence that's true for you or true in your world, and then memorize your sentences. Hey, did you know that you can get the chance to practice this kind of English with me directly? You can get more practice using your English when you join my Podcast Learners Study Group. There, you can make new friends. Join us for live group lessons every week where we practice these podcast English lessons together. Plus, you get access to the PDF transcript and audio download for every Happy English podcast in the past and in the future. And on top of that, each episode has exercises where you can practice this English point with speaking and writing checked by me. To learn more, just visit myhappyenglish.com and choose podcast lesson 760. Remember, learning another language is not easy, but it's not impossible, and I'm here to help you on your journey.
This podcast was brought to you by Happy English. Please visit myhappyenglish.com. Show your support for Happy English by leaving us a review. Get English, get happy, Happy English.